G'day, I'm Matt Brett. I'm the manager here at Tocal Dairy. We have about 300 milking cows producing about 2.5 million litres a year. The farm's located in the Lower Hunter, near Maitland in the Patterson area, running for approximately 30 years. So we undertook a voluntary certificate under the Land Management Code. We worked under the equity principle where we were given basically credit for the amount of native vegetation and plantings that we'd already done.
We've spent a lot of time protecting vegetation of importance right across the landscape. We've also done a lot of vegetation planting along riparian corridors. So all of that work is taken into account under the new code, under the new legislation.
We were allowed to clear the paddock trees that we needed to put the new pivot system in. Being able to remove the trees in this area here has allowed us to put in 3 centre pivot irrigators. So we cover about 40 hectares of land with those centre pivots. We had bike shift irrigation under all that land previously. So the centre pivots now give us a much more efficient way of applying water, and we get a much better distribution of water and application of water over that whole amount of area. So we can grow good quality pastures basically all year round now.
So the new irrigator will make our use of water far more efficient. We expect to see an increase in pasture production, anywhere up to 30%.
Now with our old system we had to shift all the sprinklers with quad bikes. We felt that we wanted to eliminate that risk off the site. In basically 10 minutes I can go around and hit the buttons. You can turn them on from the office on the computer program and get them started. So these pivots have allowed us to really improve the amount of production we've got off this area. We probably estimate over the life of the project that they're probably saving up to potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars over a 20-year period.
We're spending over $950,000. We're going to get an increase and an improvement financially that will pay off over a 13-year period. We've got basically a dam full of high nutrient water there, so phosphorus and nitrogen, and we can basically suck that out, pump it back on and make grass grow. These pivots were all designed with the fact in mind that we wanted to put the effluent through the three pivots. So we can basically have our effluent pump set to automatic, and as soon as you hit the button up here on the pivot, the effluent pump kicks in. And we can disperse the effluent over the 40 hectares now, so we don't get a large nutrient build-up in any one area. It's a good outcome because we're making use of that resource that we've got on farm, so that's a big thing for a pasture-based dairy.
Tocal had some forest trees that were in the middle of their pasture. They'd been operating their dairy and irrigating around these forest trees for about 30 years. Under the previous system, they did undertake an assessment to see what they could do, and the outcome of that was that they would have to set aside about 16 hectares. Ultimately was taking away good alluvial country. Under the current system, they're offered flexibility to select a particular mechanism under the code to use that best suits their business.
Under the Land Management Code, we were allowed to remove the paddock trees. We'd already had, significant amounts of plantings over the years. We had a lot of trees that we'd retained. So the code allowed us to remove these trees for this new project.
An officer here working in the college, it's been a great learning curve because I get to learn from Matt about what new innovations they're taking on board, what efficiencies that they're gaining in their business, and it's refreshing to be able to offer these farmers a process where they can achieve what they want to achieve with protecting the environment but also boosting their productivity.